Hello gorgeous peeps, I'm Chris from TechSpert, and this bad boy right here is the catchily titled Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go. It's a 14-inch Chrome OS laptop boasting a rugged design, LTE connectivity, and the usual ridiculously good battery life. At 399 quid here in the UK, it's not the most expensive Chromebook out there, but it's far from the cheapest. You could also grab one direct from Vodafone on a 24-month contract if you want to take advantage of that mobile network and shenanigans. And a big thanks to Voda for actually sending in the Galaxy Chromebook Go for review as well. But the question is this Samsung laptop actually worth that money? Well, I've been using it as my full-time laptop for everything apart from video editing, obviously, because if you ever tried editing video on a Chromebook, good luck. And here's my full in-depth review, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So the Galaxy Chromebook Go sports a plastic chassis in what Samsung calls a timeless silver hue. It basically looks like most other Samsung laptops except for the big colourful Chromebook badge happily slapped there in the corner. As far as looks go, this thing is pretty plain overall, but it's no eyesore either. That slender frame weighs just 1.45 kilos, so this laptop certainly is skinny and light enough to hump around all day when needed. And it's certainly tough enough to boot as well. Sammy's Chromebook has passed military standard 810G testing, and I've certainly been pretty rough with it these past few days, giving it a good old wallop every now and then, and certainly seems to be absolutely fine. I wouldn't recommend dropping it from head height or anything, but it's probably going to survive the general rough and tumble of everyday life. And not only is the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go shock resistant, but also that keyboard is spill resistant. So no longer will you gnash your teeth in despair as your pint of Stella goes flying all over your precious laptop at 2 AM while you're smashing out the latest chapter of your Harry Potter BDSM fanfiction. And no complaints with the connectivity. You got a decent selection of ports split between the two edges, including two USB Type-C ports. You got a full-sized USB 3.2 connection, microSD memory card slot as well to expand the 64 gigs of onboard storage, plus a separate SIM tray. So no, there is no HDMI port anywhere here on the Chromebook Go, but at least you can use the Type-C USB ports if you do want to hook up a monitor. And usability definitely gets a thumbs up too. Samsung's chiclet style keyboard sports keys that are well sized with good separation and respectable travel distance given the general compact design. The board is a wee bit spongy towards the center, but it's not even noticeable when you're belting out paragraph after paragraph of Harry's illicit and highly unofficial adventures in the Hogwarts dungeon. Touch typing is an absolute dream, and working on this thing all day long is plenty comfortable. You've even got a double row enter key and cursor keys that are slightly bigger than the average ant. However, there is bugger-all backlighting on the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go's keyboard, unfortunately, which makes working in the evenings a wee bit tricky. Certainly if you're used to being propped up in bed with your keyboard, you've got somebody kipping next to you, you don't want to disturb them by having a light on or anything, well, bear that in mind. You're going to have to look elsewhere. And the touchpad is perfectly decent as well, just as well because there's sod-all touchscreen support on here, which is quite unusual for a Chromebook. Now, unfortunately, one of the lowlights of the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go is that 14-inch LED display. This basic panel sports a 1366 by 768 HD resolution, which is distinctly low res compared with rivals at this price. I'd expect at least full HD for 4 big ones, and you really notice it when you try and actually fit more than a couple of apps on screen, or when you're busy browsing a really packed website with tiny text. The quality of those visuals simply isn't up to snuff for a Samsung display either. The colours are rather lifeless, while contrast leaves a lot to be desired, and those viewing angles are surprisingly narrow as well. Blacks morph to a dull grey with just a wee bit of tilting. And that's probably why Samsung has added a 180-degree hinge to this thing, so you can actually find a viewing angle that doesn't entirely suck no matter how you're using it. Plus, that brightness peaks at just over 300 nits, so even though you've got an anti-glare finish on the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go's display, you'll still struggle to see what you're up to when you're outside on a bright sunshiny day. Meanwhile, your audio is pumped out by a pair of stereo speakers capable of a mighty 1.5 watts of power each, and the sound's actually pretty decent. Those speakers are suitably loud on top volume, vocals and videos come through nice and clear even when you're cooking dinner in a noisy kitchen. Not bad at all considering they're downwards firing as well. And you do have a headphone jack housed here on the left edge, and you've got Bluetooth 5.1 support as well, so you're basically covered. Now for your Skypey, Zoomy shenanigans or whatever, you do have a 720p HD webcam built into that top bezel just above the display, and it's absolutely fine for, you know, your simple bit of video conference or whatever. There's no privacy shield or whatever involved, but there is a little blue LED, which as you can see there, pops on as soon as your camera is in use, so you are aware. The camera can cope with quite strong contrast if absolutely necessary, so if you're forced to Skype with a window behind you or outside or something, it'll do the job. And the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go's built-in mic does an absolutely fine job of picking up your voice as well if you can't be bothered to wear a headset for whatever reason, but it does pick up a lot of other noise going on all around you as well, so just bear that in mind if you've got kids or something like that. As for your performance, well, the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go is powered by one of Intel's super sexy Celeron processors, specifically the N4500, and that's backed by a slightly measly 4 gigs of DDR4 RAM. I did find that Chrome OS runs pretty well. Occasionally an app does take its sweet OS time loading up, but generally it's smooth sailing. The only real problem I encountered with the Chromebook Go over the last few days was when using the dedicated YouTube app, which crashed on me a good few times. And on one memorable occasion, it took the whole Chromebook with it. Like seriously, the laptop was less responsive than a Mrs. Brown's Boys live audience. I needed to just do a mercy killing and then we were finally back in business. And also, if you want to play games on this thing, then you might struggle a bit without any of that touchscreen support. I mean, it's difficult enough playing Android games on a Chromebook as it is, but with the Galaxy Chromebook Go, it's nigh on impossible for most titles. But anyway, the one true reason for buying the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go over its similarly priced rivals is the fact you've got that built-in LTE 4G support, as long as you've got a SIM card with a valid data contract, of course. And yeah, there's no 5G support at all, but I found that around here, certainly the 4G connection was more than strong enough for working in Chrome on multiple tabs, streaming music, streaming movies, whatever. And also rather impressively, you've got Wi-Fi 6 support, which is great news if you're planning to regularly attend real-life conferences and events once those are a thing again. So certainly the networking side gets a big thumbs up. If you are on the go all of the time and you need that dependable connectivity, then the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go certainly will not falter. As for the battery life, well, Samsung reckons you'll get up to 12 hours of life from a single charge on the Galaxy Chromebook Go. I found that with mixed use and using a combination of Wi-Fi and that mobile connectivity, I tended to get closer to around 8 hours of use on a single charge. And that mostly involved working in the Chrome browser, again with multiple tabs open, while streaming a bit of Deezer in the background and occasionally taking a break for a bit of YouTube or Netflix or Disney+. And that was also with the display maxed out at all times as well. So if you are, working at sort of an average 8-hour day, you'll scrape through just about without having to charge this bad boy up. And then when it is completely dead, well, it just charges up via Type-C USB, so nice and easy. So that in a nutshell is the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go. As I say, 400 quid, otherwise you can grab it on contract from Vodafone. And it is a little bit pricey, I gotta say, for what you get. If you absolutely need that LTE connectivity, then, job done. But the display really should be better for this sort of price point. You will find better for your media consumption. And the lack of a touchscreen is, of course, a shame as well. But what do you guys reckon of the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook Go? If you've been using it, it'd be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Please do poke, subscribe, and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. And have yourselves a bloody wonderful rest of the week. Cheers, everyone. Love you.